Hello, my name is Afradius Salmon Mijage from Edukea Tanzania. Welcome in this session in history subject Form 1. So we are going to start the first topic, which is sources and importance of history. It is sources and the importance of history. Dear students of Form 1, so you have to pay attention. We are going to look on the first topic in Form 1 history. So you have to pay attention in order to understand what about the sources of history and its importance. So we are going to see the various issues about the sources and the importance of history. So we are starting with the meaning of history. Various definitions have been put forward to define history as a discipline. Some of them are, it means that we are going to see the various meanings of history. It means that the various scholars or various historians have tried to come up with different definitions concerning with the meaning of history. But there is some of them and we are going to see them. The first one is history is a record of events pertaining to human activities, is social, economic and political development from the past to the present. From the past, present and the future. It means that history is a record of events pertaining to human activities, is social, economic and political developments from the past, present and the future one. So this is the first definition about history. So history can be defined as it is, as this definition explains. And the second one is history refers to the study of past events, present situation and the future events or future predictions, or it is the study of changes in the process of material production. It means that history is the study of the past, present and the future predictions, or you can define it as the study of changes in the process of material production. But another definition of history is defined as knowledge that entails chronologically presented narrations about human activities pertaining to social, economic, technological and political aspects from the past to the future. It means that history can be defined as the knowledge that entails chronologically presented narrations about human activities pertaining to social, economic, technological and political aspects from the past to the future. And these are some of the definitions that have been tried to explain the meaning of history. In general, history can also refer to an academic discipline which uses a narrative to examine and analyze the sequences of past events and objectively determine the patterns of the cause and effect that determine them. It means that in short explanation about the definition of history, you can define history as the study of the discipline that study the past, present and future events, or is the discipline that deal with the study of past, present and the prediction of the future events. Simply and clear. Dear students, just understand what I teach you. This is simple subject. But by proceeding with another page, The basic needs of humankind include food, shelter, and clothing. It means that it is the records of human activities which enable man to survive and attain essential needs from the environment. It means that history, it is the record of human activities which enable man to survive and attain the essential needs from the environment. That's all about the history. The basic needs of humankind include food, shelter, and clothing or clothes. It means the basic needs of humankind is food, shelter, and clothing or clothes. Due to social, political, and cultural as well as economic, without forgetting technological transformations, humankind's activities have to change from time to time. It means that the basic needs of humankind include food, shelter, and clothes, as due to the social, political, economic, cultural, and technological transformation, humankind's activities have changed or have been changing from time to time. Actions taken against nature aim to change natural objects into conditions that can satisfy human needs, and these activities against nature are what we call material production. It means that those all activities we change from time to time is all we call the material production. Material production can be observed in sharpening of sticks to make a spear, digging trenches to trap wild animals, and many more. So these were material production, which included the sharpening of sticks to make the spear, the digging trenches or the oars to trap wild animals, and other things. All these include material production. Let us see the importance of studying history. Importance of studying history. The importance of studying history as follows. The first one is understand how African society were formed. It means history enables us to understand how African societies was formed or were formed if many societies. It means that studying history enables us or help us to understand how the African societies were formed in the past time. It means that how they developed and factors that influenced these developments. It means that by studying history, we enable us to understand how the African societies were formed, developed, and the factors that influenced the formation of those states. It also allows us to develop an understanding of the events, conditions, and factors that shaped the past and those which have shaped the present conditions of the world in order to predict the future. Also, historical knowledge makes the present comprehensive, which is why journalists and writers of sensational stories spend some time explaining the history of particular incident. It means that the historical knowledge makes the present comprehensive, which is why journalists and writers of sensational stories spend some time explaining the history of a particular incident. Means that the history provides the comprehension about the past events, and that's why journalists and writers of different books use the past events to write on sensational stories. But the another one is develop an understanding and the appreciation of the cultural, political, and economic as well as technological advancement made by African societies before and after colonial rule. It means that the history or studying history enables us to develop the understanding and appreciation of cultural, political, social, and technological advancement that made by the African societies before and after colonial rule. But also history developed the basic skills of critical thinking, reasoning, judgment, empathy, and effective participation in human developmental activities. It means studying history enables us to develop skills or to develop the basic skills of critical thinking, reasoning, judgment, and empathy, as well as the effective participation in human developmental activities. But also, history also through studying history, develop and understand and appreciation the need for African unity, cooperation, and interdependence, conflict resolutions, and effective participation in social, economic, and political development of Africa. It means that through studying history enables us to develop an understanding and the appreciation the need for the African unity, or it enables us to understand the appreciation or the importance of unity among the Africans. But the another one is acquire knowledge for its own sake, as you enjoy a novel with fiction, a film with an interesting plot. It is not clear why people are interested in these ventures, and in the same way people do enjoy to know the history of particular topics. So in short and clear, you can say that history enables us to enjoy the past events. Or history, it is important for us because it provides enjoyment. But another importance of studying history is develop our patriotism. It means through reading the past events that was happened in our society, it enables us to develop patriotism. History students know their heroes and the heroines and the traitors. These make history a sensitive subject in places where political leaders are not sure of their legitimacy. It means that through studying history enables us to know the heroes and the traitors of the nation. So it teaches us to be the patriotic in the society.